Hello, this is Dom. Going over uh, the way to finish up the weekly social media report. So, this is the file that I receive every week, generally. Oh, and by the way, my whole family's home now, so if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. So, anyway, this is how I finish out the report. I get this file. It's usually it's going to be numbered. This week is the 19th report we've done. So 019 DME weekly social media report. It's got the dates. Sorry, there's a dog barking. I don't know what to tell you. But so anyway, um, and this is completed by our one of our interns. Um, During the time period when I will be gone, I have asked our intern, her name is Carly, or Carlota, I believe is Carlota, I think is how you pronounce it. Anyway, um, I've asked her to email it to newmedia@va.gov. So expect this on like Monday night or Tuesday morning. Generally, I get it on Mondays. But she has access to create this report, but she can't create all of it because she doesn't have access to everything, like our YouTube account and things of that sort, and also the va.gov Gmail. I'm not Gmail, but Google Analytics. But she does have access to the veterans. The Vantage Point Google Analytics, so that's good. And I gave her all the access she needs to export stuff out of Salesforce. So she goes in and she exports all of our data out of Salesforce. And notice the report date is June 17th to 23rd compared to June 10th to the 16th. So if you go in here, notice this is the 16th is the most recent, and that's Instagram 2. That's the previous week. Instagram 1 is the current week, goes all the way to the 23rd. So she exports it, and there's formulas up here that automatically calculate the data that gets filled into, or it just automatically gets ported over into the data tab, and then shows up in here, and um, it calculates the difference from the previous week. Also, she goes through and looks at the numbers and sees like which posts got the highest amount um, of likes, comments, or whatever, and then she'll add it here, and that flows through to the report page to number one and number two, number one and number two. So the only real updates that need to be made are, well, most of the updates that need to be made will be on this page right here. She, as I mentioned, does have access to pull data from Vantage Point, Vantage Point's Google Analytics. I've created a DME interns Gmail account, and that Gmail account has access to view Google Analytics data for Vantage Point, but not for va.gov. So we're going to have to look that up. You may have to talk to Joshi to get this number. And then YouTube, anybody with access to our YouTube page can get this data, and I'll show you how. And then there's a couple of color changes on the front that will probably need to be made, and you'll need to make some updates here. But other than that, it should be fairly simple. So let's get started. So first off, Google Analytics data for va.gov. So I go in here, and this is what I do. I go to analytics.google.com. Sorry, the dog is barking. And then I go into not acquisition, but behavior, site content. So for some reason, this only works when I'm logged in on my Dominique.Ramirez@va.gov account. So I don't know why. You may have trouble with this particular data point. We'll see. But I go site content. I believe I go all pages, but I might have to change it to overview. But we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So, and then I go to all pages, and then I go to va.gov. Now, technically, we could include all of these, but that's not what we were reporting back when I started doing this weekly, when it was requested of me. So I've just been reporting the same numbers as had been reported previously. So I select the va.gov, notice site content, all pages, va.gov, and then I go in for 1 week. I go, I think, no, actually I do a custom. Go in for custom, and remember we're looking at data for the 10th to the 16th and comparing that to the 17th to the 23rd. So I go in here June 10th to the 16th, so it starts Monday and Sunday, and apply. And notice we have 10th to the 16th. Yeah, got a bit of a spike over here. So anyway, so that was nice. But it was 1,147,213. So I'll come over here. Or wait, no, that wasn't the total. Sorry, 1,217,000. So go over to the data tab and va.gov. So this was for last week. So it was 1,217,000, 969. All right, and now this week we have to check. So go. Actually, we can do a day view. Sorry, it'll still have the same numbers. What should have the same numbers? Yeah. It's just you can see like the traffic per day, and then go in here, this drop down, do another custom 17th to 23rd, Monday to Sunday. Apply, and here we have 1,330,234. So just enter that this week, 1,330,234. All right, and so now we have a difference of 112,000. Now, I'm sure there's a way that I could make this so this is automated, but it requires too much time. So I'm not going to do it. So 112,265 is the total, and it's not fewer, it is more. So I update that more, and now that part is updated. This part is already done. What I usually end up doing is you can get to, I believe, Vantage Point in here some, maybe not in this account. Well, anyways, I usually use the DME interns. You shouldn't have to do this because it should check out. I generally will go in here and verify anyway, just to make sure that she got all the correct data in here. And sometimes it's nice to see like what content is really performing. Notice Mission Act top questions answered is like far and above the most frequented page on Vantage Point for the past week, I guess. So this is 18th to the 24th. We're looking 17th to the 23rd. Apply it, and we'll see what kind of numbers we got here. 325.22, 325.22. So as you can see, she clearly pulled this data already, and so it's not necessary to update it again. Although if I wanted to, I can go in here 10th to the 16th and see what was the most frequented content then, and see what kind of numbers we're looking at. 238,867, 238,867. Carly already took care of it, and she's been really good about this. So awesome. So va.gov Google Analytics is done, and that's all you really need to look up. And next is YouTube. So let's go over to YouTube. YouTube.com. Now for this, I'm currently logged in as myself, so I'm gonna have to switch over to the VA YouTube account. So there we are, and then you open this up, head on over to YouTube Studio Beta, or at least this is how I get to it. And then I hop on over to Analytics, and so you got these analytics right here, and that's cool, but it's not really, you can do a custom thing, but it doesn't give you as granular data as you will want. So I generally go to See More, and I will drop it down here and then go to custom. And so I know that I want, this is May, I don't want May. I want the 17th to the 23rd, so I'm going to apply that. And that number is 18,901 views, so I'm going to open this up. 18,901, and then I'll go back over here to custom. And notice I'm checking this total. That's the number I'm looking at, the total. So I got back in custom, and I'm going to go, that's 17th to 23rd, so 10th to 16th. I'm comparing it to that date range. And so the number 16,536. So hop in here, 16,536, done. And it calculates it for you, 2,365. And if it doesn't have a negative number, then that means it's a positive. It's more. um, that's, should be obvious, but just in case that didn't make sense, um, a positive difference means you had a increase. So 2,365 more views than the previous week. So looks like we had a good week. Vantage Point, it's up by 81,000, so 81,655 more views. And then this was more as well. Cool. So those are updated. And this was all done by Carly, all this stuff up here. If you want, you can go through and verify that she got the right posts. I don't bother because she's generally pretty good on this stuff. So just kind of move right on over to this page. And here, here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that would be zooming out. Sorry, this is my computer's moving slow right now. You guys are aware of my computer issues. All right, come on. Wow, okay, so that got big. So I do apologize for the computer being super slow and making this take forever, but it's out of my control. All right, here we go. So first thing I do, I'll just check 17th to 23rd. Gotta check these dates, make sure she got it, but she did. So June 17th to 23rd. All right, and then page views. Notice red does not equal more, it equals less. So what I'll usually do is I'll go over here and I'll do the format painter instead of trying to guess and try to figure out which color it was. I'll just click format painter and then I'll paint this cell. And that's done. So now that is the correct color, so we're not saying something's like the red color easily draws your eye so that you know that it's less than it was. And then these cells right here, 541, and the other cells below it, these are actually auto-generated. So this data comes in 7/3/36. This comes in prior week, and then it's automatically calculated. Notice this says equals data from B4, so it goes to the data tab and chooses what's in B4, cell B4, and then I have some conditional formatting going on. So if it's a negative number, it will automatically show red. This, you don't have to play with this; it's automatic. But if it's a positive number, it'll automatically show green. So that's easy enough. And you can take a look at the posts that she put in there. But anyway, so the point is, this is already done. She did this, so we're good to go. And that's that. The next step you're gonna go through, usually you'll want to save your data, and then file. And on my Mac, I have to get creative with it a little bit because it doesn't work out the right way when I don't do it a certain way. But you're trying to get it into a PDF format. So if I'm not mistaken, I select Save As, but if that's not it, then it's Print. I can't recall. And it may be different on your computer, but I've had issues in the past and I've had to deal with it this way. So I just go select PDF, and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to get rid of the one there. And don't do workbook, you want worksheet. It's just the one page. if you do workbook, it's going to make a PDF with all of this raw data, and you don't want that. It's like 100 pages. So now you click Save as a PDF, and additional permissions are required. I don't know why it's saying that. Grant access. Okay, well, that's awesome. So, all right, so that's done. And if it doesn't automatically pop up a PDF, then you go right into your little finder there and double click it yourself. So the PDF is basically done at this point. However, what we typically do is go into accessibility tools, and you may want to tap Joshi on this one and just run a full check for accessibility purposes. Start checking. Notice it's all kinds of jacked up. So what I do is I go to auto tag, and it runs through and automatically tags, and then I do another full check and start checking, and it's got a lot less problems going on. So document primary language, that's not too bad. Just click fix. English, good to go. Title, it needs a title, click fix, good to go. The only other issues are with tables and headings, and I'll be honest with you, I have yet to actually fix this issue. So I've been submitting it this way, and nobody's cared. So here you go, save, and now you're done. And then you can just forward it to whoever it needs to be forwarded to. I do apologize for the dog barking in the background, but it could not be helped because, you know, she will be heard. This thing is ready to go. Close this out. Close this out. This is a full up report, basically. Um, and yeah, it's ready to be sent off. So hopefully that will help you guys. As I mentioned, I'm going to be out. I may miss up to 2 of these reports. So for the time while I'm away, you'll need somebody who has access to our Google Analytics for va.gov, and somebody who has access to YouTube, and somebody who knows how to remediate or just follow the steps that I just did, because it is the same exact issues every single time, because it's the same exact PDF setup. So you could, you know, whoever is doing the report could do it. That should be it. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.